So why I'm demonstrating this to you is that here's a group of members from crime intelligence that are arrested for having sat in the panel. The portfolio committee chair and the members in the portfolio committee will tell you what is the process in the SAPS in terms of filling of vacancies. So you ask yourself whether did these ones do something different to that process? The process, if I were to tell the members that the head of HR in the police, on behalf of the National Commission, they will send you a letter. They will say, this post has been advertised. Make recommendation of the panel members that must be in the panel. You submit as an accounting officer the recommendations to the head office HR. Head office HR decide whether your submission and your recommendation they're in agreement with or not. It is that office that approves the panel, not the line function manager. I'm a provincial commission president. I don't approve a single panel of such levels of brigadiers. I deal with the ones junior. But allow me to explain, SC and Oromo members, that the process is established in organization. So Khumalo and the team, it's a panel that is appointed by the National Commission of the Police. If Khumalo did wrong and the team did wrong in the panel, their recommendations goes to another moderating committee at the national office, at the National Commission's office. They are lieutenant generals that sits there, including head of legal service. They moderate the work that the junior committee will have done, and they agree with it. So if they agree with it, then they give it to the National Commissioner, he appoints. So if IDAC arrests, they're supposed to have arrested all this chain. But because they're not interested with the others, they're interested with these ones. It was a quick win to get to them. Well, I don't know whether is it serious and complex case to arrest people for having sat in the panel like you are sitting here, and you make recommendations to the higher structure that is going to appoint. You facilitate this process at a committee, you are taking it to Parliament. The Parliament will take it further. In the police, a committee that is arrested, it's a committee that Khumalo is part of. One of the charges is that Khumalo manipulated by forming the committee himself. It is before the court, honorable chair members, that Khumalo did not even recommend that panel. It is Jara Matondo who signed a letter to the National Commissioner to recommend the panel, where Khumalo was included as a member of the panel.
So, I've listened carefully to your answers today, and they're long. So, I've undertaken to take only 10 minutes. So, please listen to the question and answer it. I don't want extraneous information. I don't need an explanation. Just answer the question, please. Try and be brief. Thank you. You appointed Dineo Mkhwanazi, a civilian with an engineering background, to the rank of brigadier. Why did you do that?
No, I did not appoint her.
Okay, who did?
The National Commissioner.
I see. And were you happy with that appointment?
Come again, Honorable?
Were you happy with that appointment?
Very happy.
Why?
Because she meets all the requirements of the capabilities that we needed for that particular post as a division.
May I ask the parliamentary legal advisor to sit back, please? You're sitting between me and the general. Thank you. And there was no one within the South African Police Service who could fill that role?
That is correct, Honorable Member. The post was advertised internally 2 times, if I'm not mistaken, and then they could not find the suitable candidate.
Okay. There was a...
May I respond, Commissioner?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner, I'm pointing out pointed out to a panel member that sat on the panel, and when I say about capture, what I'm trying to say here is that you have people or members that are obligated to General Khumalo, who is the chair of the panel. He controls the panel. So
did he pick the panel?
Excuse me, sir.
Did he pick the panel?
Yes.
He picked the panel.
The panel was maybe I should have started there.
Yes.
My apologies, Commissioner. The panel was selected by General Khumalo. He selected the panel. The members on the panel, together with General Khumalo, it was very clear that they manipulated the process of appointing. When you look at the documents, the evidence, what we collected, this is what came out there. When we looked at...
And you say part of him selecting the panel, or the fact of him selecting these members as a panel, and they are collectively manipulating the process. You're saying that's all part of in furtherance of gratification to Ms. Mukwele for something that we don't know what she would do in future, but you also say that is part of a scheme, or it's a scheme in fact, to capture crime intelligence. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Happened here?
With the appointment of, that's the panel that has selected, manipulated the process to appoint Mukwele when she clearly should not have been appointed. That is the panel. So when you look at that, here's another appointee coming in to crime intelligence, and there are a few more appointments that are there too as well, that were appointed for a specific purpose. So when you look at it from a capture point of view, commissioners, you have a person in a position as a commander of that specific subcomponent or section that is now you control because you appointed them.
No, yeah, well, I was going to ask you exactly that last part, that I don't know the processes of the SAPS, so maybe enlighten. Does the panel that interviews make the appointment?
Commissioner?
You want me to repeat my question?
Yes, Commissioner.
The panel that interviews, and in this case, let's be specific to this case, the panel is constituted, you say it was constituted by General Khumalo, you say that, and you say he holds this very powerful position, and having appointed Ms. Mukwele, the General Khumalo would have been able to control her or to influence her.
Yes.
My question is, does the interviewing panel make the appointment of the employee in the SAPS?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioner. I think this part of it comes up, well, I recommended, I didn't appoint. When we look...
What is your answer to my question? Let's not do a long explanation. Does the interviewing panel does an interviewing panel in the SAPS, and in particular the interviewing panel that interviewed Ms. Mukwele, did it appoint her? Is it this panel that appointed her?
That's the panel that appointed her.
The panel appointed her?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, Commissioner, I didn't understand the first time.
Okay, thank you.
That particular panel, chaired by General Khumalo, appointed by General Khumalo, chaired by General Khumalo, that appointed Ms. Mukwele.
Okay, so they didn't make a recommendation to somebody else. And I started off by saying I'm ignorant about the SAPS processes, recruitment processes. So I come from a different field, which is you interview, you recommend, somebody appoints. You are saying in this case, the very panel that interviewed her made the appointment.
Chair, Commissioner, let me disqualify what I said. It's recommend, but that recommend for me, although it's recommend, it's a given that she's going to be appointed.
Well, my question, let's go back to my question then. Don't tell me it's a given, because that's an opinion. You're expressing an opinion. I'm not interested in your opinion. I'm interested in facts. This panel that interviewed Ms. Mukwele, is your evidence or testimony that that panel appointed her? Because it's a simple matter. There is a letter of appointment somewhere, right? Or there's a minute somewhere. So we can verify that if we need to. But right now, I'm speaking from your knowledge because you're testifying and you took certain steps. So my question is simply this. are you saying this panel appointed as a matter of fact and as a matter of law, because it has consequences, that she was appointed by the panel?
Can I respond, Commissioner?
That's what you say. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioner. Let me be clear on it, Chair.
So
This panel recommended Mkhwanazi to the National Commissioner to be appointed, which eventually led to her appointment indeed. That's my answer.
So, okay, let's reprise your answer. So you say now she was appointed by the National Commissioner.
Correct.
That's all. You see, it was easy. That's all I wanted from you.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's the one that eventually signs off.
He's the one that appoints.
Sorry.
He's the one that appointed her.
Finally, yes, he signs off on the appointment.
Thank you.
Chair.
Just to close out on that, the issue of just, Commissioner Baloyi has just conversed with you. Let's just go back to the panel. You say Khumalo established the panel, appointed.
Correct.
In the course of your investigations and considering applicable prescripts regarding recruitment and promotions, I just want to understand what you were able to establish. That panel that you say Khumalo put together, the composition thereof, is it subject to approval by some higher authority, an authority higher than Khumalo, or a designated authority within SAPS? So the constitution of that panel, as your evidence has shown, is it subject to approval by a different authority within SAPS? Secondly, if the answer is yes, was such authority obtained with the result that the panel was approved or not approved, or the authority was never sought? Where do we land?
General Khumalo selected the panel.
Yes.
The panel selection is sent to the head office.
Okay.
The head office approved the panel that he selected.
Okay. So in so doing, the head office, whatever you mean by head office,
The National Commissioner's Office.
National Commissioner's Office.
Yes.
Okay. You don't have HR or some division that deals with these matters? They all go, everything goes to National Commissioner to approve?
No.
Is that how it works? What did your investigations show?
It goes to the HR department of the National Commissioner's Office. So when I say National Commissioner, it's that specific department that deals with it.
What is the HR office of the National Commissioner's Office?
It's the national office, the national HR office for the whole country.
Oh, so why do you make it the HR office of the National Commissioner's Office?
Because
as if it resides in the National Commissioner's Office. It doesn't, and you know that for a fact.
There's an HR
It's a division within SAPS, correct?
There's an HR department in every province. You have a provincial commissioner where the provincial HR department is also. So you have the National Commissioner's Office where you have the national HR office that is there.
Okay. So you say the selected panel is selected by Khumalo, was sent for approval to that particular office?
Yes,
And that complied with the prescripts, applicable prescripts?
it complies with it.
Was approval granted to the best of your knowledge?
Approval was granted.
So does your charge sheet reflect that the eventual panel was as approved by that division or body? Does your charge sheet take into consideration that approval, or that approval becomes irrelevant because it was Khumalo who selected the panel and put it up for consideration with the result that it is approved or rejected?
When it was stated that it's actually meant that Khumalo selected the panel himself.
Yes.
And it was sent up to the HR department of head office, which was approved.
Now, whoever was approving, did they have the power to disapprove or reject some members of that panel? Do they have any powers, to your understanding, or is it to rubber stamp and it just goes back and they work?
The document that is said, they will compile a document General Kumalo in his office.
Yes.
So this is the panels that I've selected. Head office will receive it, they either approve it or turn it down.
Yes.
When they respond, they say, your information note or your correspondence dated so-and-so, the panels are approved.
Okay. Now, the approval, if it were granted, what effect would it have on the validity of the panelists selected by Kumalo? Would it have any impact at all?
Well, if the panel is approved by head office, it's approved. It's an approved panel.
Okay.
So that means the recommendations given by Kumalo is approved by head office.
Okay.